Good morning. I hope everybody is doing well. It is now 7 degrees and I just turned here on the old Ruste Winter Pinaars Rivier Road on my way to Potgietersrus to meet the people there of the White Cross Monument. I'm actually just thinking while I'm driving now, the hypocrisy and the double standards that we became so accustomed to here in South Africa. Yesterday, the South African Human Rights Commission refused to investigate or track people that make very racist remarks on social media and Facebook regarding farm murders. And I think it's quite applicable this morning because I'm on my way to the White Cross Monument where all the white crosses are planted for all the farmers that's been murdered. So the Human Rights Commission says that they don't have the capacity or the capability nor the jurisdiction to pursue these people or trace them. But our minister Natim Tetwa, who's got a very dark history himself as the chief of police at some point, he can give instruction to a private organization, the rugby union, to take action against 8 rugby players that refuse to bend the knee in that England rugby test. This now after they're already wearing the t-shirts against racism. But I find it so ironic that that is not good enough, that action should be taken against them because they don't bow a knee. And the question should be asked, why should they be bowing a knee for a terrorist organization? And the Human Rights Commission refuses to investigate hate speech. This is typical, the new normal in South Africa. And I say that is enough now. I really think we had enough of this now. And I don't think why we should keep quiet about it anymore. Even though that the DA now has applied a lot of pressure on them, they now retracted on that statement, but I mean it's too little too late. It's just it always concerns me that a certain narrative needs to be pursued, otherwise the cancel culture kicks in. And I want to say to all South Africans now, I'm a farmer myself, and I'm on my way now to go and support the very good people of the White Cross Monument, to financially support them. And I just had enough of all of this, to be treated as a second-class citizen. The world should know this stuff, and I think we should all do our part in this. I think at this point in time it's safe to say that silence actually means we condone these behavior, this double standard. Enough is enough. All blessings, South Africa. Lucas, cheers. Good afternoon, good people of South Africa. It's today the 20th of August 2020. It is now 13 minutes past 12, and I just left the White Cross Monument just outside Hypocrisy. I don't know actually how to explain what I am experiencing. I don't know if it's a feeling of, it's an emotional feeling of bitterness. It's a feeling of savagery. And I want to make this very clear to everybody that has never been there. This is now typical South Africa. We all got so used to sitting behind our laptops and our iPhones and make our voices heard. But I wonder how many actual people took the time and go visit the White Cross Monument next to the N1. Just to put it a little bit into perspective, there's between 3,000 and 4,000 white crosses planted there. And even to give it a little bit more relevance, that is about over 100 tons of steel. I was standing there this morning, and it was very cold, still very cold. And you look at these rows and rows and rows of white crosses, and one can't help to feel or think that every one of those crosses represents one human being. So it's not only the farmers, it's the farmers, their wives, their children. And while standing there, trying to deal with the emotion of standing there on that koppie, on that mountain, looking at these crosses, and you actually see every cross as a child, a husband, a wife, a brother, a sister, a grandfather, a father, a grandmother that was brutally slaughtered. And these are the people that produce food for South Africa. So I can't help to think, why them? Why the farmers? I know South Africa has over 50 murders a day. But why the specific targeted group of farmers? Why the people that produce food for our country? Why them? And one can't help to think, is this political? What drives people and murderers to these animalistic, barbaric savagery, to slaughter people like this? And I call out today each and every South African, every brother and sister, which is a South African, ashamed to talk about it? Is it because it doesn't fit the mainstream narrative? Is it because it's not politically correct? Is it because we are scared and afraid that if we speak out and stand up when nobody wants to, that it will influence our businesses, that our clients might not like it? My question is, why should it matter what anybody think? Why can't you just stand up, South Africa, and say, stop killing our farmers, stop killing our grandmothers and grandfathers, our children, our daughters, our wives? I'm a business owner, I'm a farmer, I speak out, and if it gets to the point where my clients don't like what I say, then so be it. Because it's this silence that equals our behavior, that we condone it because we're scared. This morning I met Dani van der Westhuizen, the musical artist, and I also met Johan Lee from Ramkat and Two Brothers Foundation, and I want to thank Dani and Johan both for being there with me this morning. And I also want to thank Lita Fourie and her husband that has been doing this for years on their own. But Lita, you're not alone anymore. You have our support. No matter what it takes, and no matter what we have to give up, we can no longer accept this. We will not accept it anymore. It is enough. It's really enough. Does that process only represent men, women and children that has once been alive and now they are forgotten to a white cross on a mountain? But for me it didn't. For me it was a real emotional, heartbreaking moment to see all those people that lost their lives. And this year, I call on all South Africans to get yourselves in gear and be there on the 19th of September, when a little girl will be handed a cross that she will be hammering into the ground for her father, for her daddy that was killed in a farm murder. I dare you, be there. We could all rally behind sport, and we can all rally behind rhino poaching, which I still support, anti-poaching. Why can't we, as brothers and sisters of South Africa, rally against the murdering and the slaughtering of the people that feed us? sickening. I hope you all have a blessed and abundant day. Best regards, Lucas van der Merwe.